Hello, welcome. Today I'm going to try and repair this huge dent on a bike frame. It's a Kona Cinder cone. It's a build that I'm going to be shortly posting up on the channel soon. So this I don't know what happened here. It's just behind where there would have been the cranks. I don't know if the crank bashed into at one point, or if maybe it was maybe a bike lock. I don't know. So what I've purchased is some metal chemical called Mastic. I don't know if it's going to work. It's just purely going to be an experiment to see how long it lasts. I've got then after some primer and then I've got a spray paint that's nearly matching the original paint. So hopefully we'll be able to kind of camouflage it to the maximum. I checked the stays to see if they were aligned. It looks like they are. I don't want to have to bend things after once I'd put the mastic. I've tried to the maximum to remove the old spray paint. In fact, the person that I'd used this bike before had spray painted it silver and then after black on top of it, so I've had to remove all of that paint, which was quite time consuming. But obviously we want the mastic to hold onto the metal, so the issue was that there was paint all inside the crevices of the stay. I'm putting some isopropyl and acetone first, and then some isopropyl to prepare the surface. I reckon that should do. Don't think we need that much. So now I'm going to apply the hardening agent. It says about 2-3%. I don't know what that means. A drop, I guess. Let's put a tiny bit more. Let's say that's enough. Now it says once you've put this on, you've got about 10 minutes to apply it. I've made way too much. I'm trying to get rid of the air bubbles that are potentially inside. I've intentionally put too much, that way I don't have to do this again. So now I'm going to let that dry and I'll sand it down. I mean, I've got a Dremel tool and everything, so it's not like it's going to take me a long time. Looks like the mastic is now dried. I'm going to go ahead and start fining it using first a large file and then a sandpaper to smoothen it down. Since we're going to be putting a primer, I guess we want to kind of remove quite a lot, so that way it doesn't have like a kind of like a layer of paint sticking out. I'm also removing the mastic around the metal where we don't need, well, we don't actually need mastic. We're just concentrating where we want it filled. Right, that looks alright. I'm gonna go and clean this up, clean off the powder, and then we'll move on to the primer. Okay, that paint was a little bit drippy. I'm gonna let that dry and I'm gonna sand it again. Okay, I didn't really care about protecting the frame that much because we're going to be painting pretty much this whole thing, like covering it with the spray paint I'm about to put next. Right, let's now head off to the paint room to do the final spray. It's freezing outside this morning. Yesterday, just when I had finished painting, I did the mistake of touching the paint when it was still wet, which then lifted up the paint, and that entailed me to restart the whole process again, at least the dark paint. So anyway, now I've got to the last layer. I'm about to finish it, and then we'll see the end result. Right, I'm very happy with the end result. If I didn't tell you, you wouldn't know it was even there. Long term, I don't know what's going to happen. Whether the flex in the frame will crack the mastic. This is, at least without hesitation, I would say this would be a great fix for maybe top tubes where the frame doesn't flex so much. But honestly, it's pretty good finish, I'd say. The paint that I used is a little bit different compared to the original colour scheme, but you don't notice it from afar. I mean, it's only if I point it out to you. What else to say? I'm going to do a final finish with some 2K lacquer over the top, although I'm going to do that once I've finished cleaning up the decals that I started to restore as well.